Hi Phil, here we are in the Unipark Logistics sponsored box here at Coventry Rugby Club. 48 hours to the beginning of the season. How are we looking?
Yeah, a bit nervous. I think that this time of year everybody's the same. It's a very important game, the first one, especially at home. So yeah, but also pretty confident that we should be able to put on a good display this one.
We say most of the players from last season. Brought in a few new ones, but a couple of old names as well we've brought back. Benji Deschamps and Jamie Miller. How do they strengthen our side, do you think?
Well, I think they've got experience of a high level, and plus the fact that brings with it a bit of a maturity, which is what we felt we lacked last year in the side. And I think that those two guys, especially in the pack, with the youngsters we have got, that should be instrumental really in fortifying what was already a good season last year. I think this year we've got to look to push forward. We know we've had our defensive frailties in the past, so we've worked very hard on that. And we understand what we have got to do, this season. That we need to finish better than we did last year, but not giving away that this league is probably stronger than it was, so it's not going to be a walk in the park.
We played Cinderford obviously home and away last year. Great performance at home. Sort of let ourselves down a little bit away at Cinderford. Do we still owe Cinderford really for that performance, or have we buried that ghost?
Well, the thing is, Scotty, this league is a very tough one, and it was no disgrace to lose to Cinderford down there. On balance, they had a good season. They finished very close to us, and arguably if they'd have won any one of those 2-3 games they didn't play last year at the end of the season, they'd have finished above us. So we know that anybody in this division can beat us, and conversely, we know that we can beat anybody in the division. So it's how we turn up on the day. I think there is a bit of payback coming from that away fixture we had last year, because we didn't play well by everybody's admission. But I'm looking forward to this one Saturday. It would just be a good barometer to see how well we've done this summer. One
of the things you talked about just was the defensive frailties. One of the other frailties we seemed to have last year was kicking. How have we gone about putting that right this year?
Well, once again, we've still kept Elliot Reid, who was good, who is a good kicker, but he needs to get his consistency up a level or two. So we brought in guys who have got consistent kicking records. We've got to say a big thanks to Unipark Logistics really for giving us a chance to get Luke Maring here. He now works for them. And he's come with from the higher levels at Northampton and played for Rome in Italy, and he's a consistent kicker, so as well as a mature and consistent performer. We've also got Mark O'Connor in the side, who's proved he can kick goals for fun. Great kick out here the other night against Doncaster when he knocked it over from inside our own half. So those two guys are going to be sort of knocking heads to see who takes up the kicking duties on a Saturday, and hopefully they'll both be included in the side, so we can set up a bit of competition. But at the moment, kicking in games and at training, they're both in the 90%, so hopefully we've addressed that issue this year.
Last season we played this expansive game of rugby. It was most enjoyable to watch. You've talked about the defensive frailties. You've obviously looked at shoring that up this year. Is that going to change the way we play this year?
Well, that's the conundrum, because we had to play like that because of our lack of a kicker really, and we knew that we had to score tries, and that sort of spread through the side, and we were tapping and going when we should have been knocking over kickable penalties. So, but it made for exciting rugby. Now we've got to try and balance that really to keep that kind of attacking flair, and also to give us an option to take the points so we get them. So it's a bit of a conundrum really, but we're looking to play a bit this year.
Another side I know that the club are keen to start now is the development of young players. Is there something that's going to be happening in the near future to bring younger players to the
club? We've expanded the squad this year, and a lot of guys have bought into it on back themselves really. So we haven't spent a great deal of money again. In fact, our budget is a lot less than last year. But what that's given us is with a bigger squad, we're hoping to get a lot of sort of squad games here, because they proved very successful last year. We've got them already. I think we're scheduled to play a game here every time the starting squad are away. So there should be around 25 to 29 home games this year, which would be great for the fans, and also to get a good idea of what how deep we are as a team, and give these guys a chance to get into the team. So there's competition for places really, and that's that's what we had to get set up at this club, and this is what we're going to you know, we've got a link with Henley College as well, with their academy. So really we've got a whole raft of players that should be pushing for first team places over the next 12 months.
Realistic, what is Phil Maynard's expectations for this year?
Well, I'll tell you after Cinderford, really, you know, I have won this division before, of course, but you know, it's tougher these days, and at some stage, this club, you know, has to be back in the Championship, and you know, with a fair wind, we should be in the top half of the table this year, and we want to obviously finish higher than last year. But at some stage, you know, we've got to dip our toe in the water and find out what it would cost us to get promoted and how we go about that. But this year it's all about us really and our performance, and try and get some consistency into our game. I mean, if we can get some consistency into our performance, then we'll be a difficult side to beat for anybody, and then we'll judge after the first 5 games where we are. Yeah,
second game away at Cinderford. Not a local derby by any means.
Wharfdale.
Yeah, sorry, Wharfdale. Yeah, Wharfdale second game of the season. How do you feel about having to go up there, you know, that long journey after?
Yeah, great club, Wharfdale, traditional North Yorkshire club, dry stone walling, sheep on the fields, and really nice place to go, but difficult place to go and win. But last year, you know, we outscored them 7 tries to 5 and lost the game because we missed 7 kicks at goal. So, you know, we've got to go up there with confidence, and you know, your form on the road is we need to improve that. But you've got to look at, you know, after the Cinderford game, then we'll look at Wharfdale and we'll see what we're doing then.
Phil, 3 o'clock Saturday. All the best.
Thanks, Scotty.
And all the best to the boys as well.
Thank you.
Have a good season.
We'll look forward to it.
Thank you.